Well, big numbers here for Gracie. He's got inches on Randleman. He's got reach on Randleman. Technically, he's a bigger, taller fighter. If he can use that reach to strike and get inside and close the distance, we got ourselves a game.
All right, time for fighting. Let's go inside the cage and Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Well, fans, at this time, Strikeforce and Showtime present light heavyweights in the cage in a special attraction scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, a renowned college wrestling star with an MMA record of 17 wins and 14 losses. Please welcome the 3-time All-American, the Pride veteran, and the former heavyweight world champion, Kevin the Monster Randleman. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. Born and raised in the discipline of jiu-jitsu, he is undefeated in his young MMA campaign with a record of 2 wins and no losses. Please welcome one of the world's great submission masters, the Abu Dhabi and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion, introducing Roger Gracie. And our referee in charge now to give instructions is Mike England.
Okay, fella, gave you instructions in the dressing room. I expect a tough, clean fight. Obey my commands at all time. We got any questions?
No, sir.
Nope. Touch them up right here. Come out fighting as well. God bless you. Stay back, stay back. Stay back, guys. Stay back. Stay back, stay back.
Gracie Randleman. Mike England, your referee. Big fight for Kevin Randleman.
Are you ready, fighter?
Almost a do-or-die fight.
Where's my bellman? Fight.
And here we go.
This is the first time that Roger Gracie in his embryonic career is fighting inside a cage. Frank, you've been in both the cage and a ring. What are the differences, other than the obvious aesthetics?
Yeah, the other's the third wall. But besides that, you just got to be a little more conscious of where you are in a ring, because there's that corner. In the cage, you have less of a corner, so you can kind of be more mobile. You can work the angles better.
How difficult will it be for Roger Gracie at 6'4" to change his level to get inside of a smaller Kevin Randleman?
It's going to be really hard, but what he can do is once he gets inside and he starts grappling, he can jump down or fall down or slide down into the guard or another ground position.
An interesting note from the fighter meetings, Gracie said he only trained 20% in his striking, 80% grappling with a gi. Obviously, he doesn't need all that much practice with his grappling. He's a submission savant. I'm very surprised at only 20% striking, because so far in his career, his striking has been rudimentary at best.
Yeah, I thought the same, and that's why I asked him about it. He was very, very set on that was his system. They really believe in jiu-jitsu, and that's his game.
Trained by the legendary Renzo Gracie, Frank, who you have battled with. Yep. You have fought Gracies in the past, and the Shamrock and Gracie family.
Good head movement here by Randleman.
Almost like the Hatfields and the McCoys at one time in MMA.
Yeah, we started this whole thing and been battling since the beginning.
I'm very impressed so far in Kevin Randleman on his feet, avoiding the shots. Good foot movement. Really seems to have a little extra pep in his step right now.
Gracie trying to set up that jab and use his height and reach advantage.
He's working that jab real nice, too. It's a very, very soft, very, firing jab. And he's just kind of measuring. He's waiting for that right hand. He dropped the right hand earlier and hit Randleman with it.
It's no secret what Randleman wants to do in this fight, I think, is catch the taller Gracie like he did Mirko Cro Cop back in 2004. Fake the shoot, land the left hook, knock him out.
And when you talk about Kevin Randleman, and you mentioned some of the fighters that he's had a chance to battle with, and he's done well many, many times, a former UFC champion.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's cliche, but it's true. He's fought the virtual who's who, names like the aforementioned Mirko Cro Cop, Kazushi Sakuraba, the great Fedor Emelianenko, Mauricio Shogun Hua, Chuck Liddell. I mean, he has been in with the best of the best and wants to keep his career alive here tonight.
Randleman's doing a really nice inside kick that he was kind of stepping forward and switching and kicking, and I'd like to see him go back to that and work on the legs of Gracie.
Are you surprised that Roger Gracie has not attempted any kind of takedown so far?
He tried one, and Randleman literally shucked him off like there was nothing.
Yeah, Gracie very controlled in the pocket, delivering the jab, trying to put together some combinations.
Then he's
You like his patience.
Yes. The fans in St. Louis might not, but again, a guy still very early in his career, taking a huge step up against one of the, the greats, Kevin Randleman, a former champion, like you said, who's unfortunately been navigating tumultuous waters in the last few years.
Now they tie up. Randleman very strong.
He's got the collar tie, Gracie, now looking for the guillotine. Arm trapped. And this is how Randleman lost to Mirko Cro Cop in the rematch.
Yeah, and this is where Gracie, if he wants to, could pull this thing to the ground. He's over Randleman's head. If he jumped down right now, Randleman will go down with him.
And in fact, Cro Cop, the only man to defeat Randleman via guillotine choke.
Here he goes. This is the tall man's move right here.
I'm almost waiting for Randleman to take this fight to the floor, and yet against a guy like Roger Gracie, that's really needling the caged animal, so to speak.
Well, I like the game that Randleman's playing. What I don't like is him leaving his head in here and getting into a grappling match when he don't have to.
And Randleman scrambling, gets to his feet quickly. Under a minute to go in the first round, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Kevin Randleman, the former champion in the short black trunks. Roger Gracie, Abu Dhabi world champion in the long black trunks.
Gracie is really using that reach to his advantage. He's standing tall, he's nice and relaxed, he's measuring with that jab.
It's almost been 2 years to the day since Gracie submitted Yuki Kondo via rear naked choke in Japan. The reasons he gave us for not competing more often is due to nagging injuries and proposed bouts falling through. So a coming out party for Roger Gracie, but Randleman, nice flurry to close out the round.
And that's the end of the first round.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Some very good defense by Kevin Randleman.
This is where I think the fight will change. Now, if Roger can't get this fight to the ground, just like here, he got shucked off like it was nothing. That was his takedown closing the distance attempt. Now he's able to do some damage in the strike, and here was his knee attempt, which, hey, it was awful close. Hit him in the body, could have hit him in the head. Roger's no joke on the stand-up. He's throwing him, he's feeling the range, he's confident, and he's comfortable. And Randleman has just got to keep his head out of a grappling position here. He's doing great on the scramble. Watch him strip up, rip up, and turn around, face him. He's doing great on the wrestling, but he can't get down there and play that game.
St. Louis, Missouri, the gateway city, always one of the best locales for mixed martial arts in the country. Kevin Randleman, Roger Gracie in the cage, round 2 scheduled for 3.
Very competitive opening round. Roger Gracie 16 of 81 in total strikes. Randleman 9 of 16. Gracie did also secure the takedown. I tend to give it to Gracie 10-9. Close.
I got Gracie in the first round.
Oh, very good body shot by Randleman.
That made my body hurt.
Thudding body combination.
Roger just found out that his jab really works.
All right, Roger Gracie with a nice right hook.
He did not like that shot to the body.
No, but he eats a couple of more shots to the torso. And really, let's face it, when it comes to the jab Roger's throwing, he's using his striking to try to set up the takedown, which of course is going to be easier said than done when you're trying against an Ohio State Wrestling Hall of Famer.
What's funny is his style of punching just popped into my head. He's punching like Nick Diaz.
Yes, he is.
He's just.
I see why that would pop into your head.
He's just shooting him out there.
Landed on your head.
He's just shooting him out there and then walking behind him and measuring the range so he can clinch.
Again, snatches that front headlock. And really, Randleman in the stand-up department been working with one of the preeminent stand-up trainers in the sport, Sean Tompkins, picking up tips along the way.
Grab his pants.
Wow.
Randleman's working for that double. He's in awful deep. Looked like he tried to switch to a single.
What's the key to fighting jiu-jitsu guys, Fred?
Well, for me, it's keeping him standing up and boxing him, or getting him on their back and keeping in the center and trying to pound him out with a little ground and pound. I think Randleman's got to get that range. He's in a grappling game against a world-class grappler.
He's got to be careful how much energy he tries to expend in those takedown attempts. Not going to do him any favors.
Oh, a knee! Randleman's down! And Gracie jumps on him. He caught him flush with a knee. Now we'll see the world-class jiu-jitsu, maybe ground and pound. Gracie and Randleman now just holding on.
Yeah, Gracie from north-south. Randleman desperately trying to clean out the cobwebs after taking that knee right between the eyes.
He's in a bad position here. Hanging onto that leg is actually keeping him trapped in this position. Gracie is advancing that to the full mount.
And this is his favorite position.
Here we go, side choke. Side choke.
Randleman's in trouble. Now Randleman scrambling. Good job, but Gracie takes his back.
And Gracie told us that if he gets mount, he wins. Well, so far, Randleman has survived, but is in a precarious position here, flattening him out.
This is a bad spot to be in. 2 minutes left.
Going for the rear naked. He rolls him over. Uh-oh. Randleman.
Oh, he's got the figure 4 body lock. Gracie's got him locked.
In a lot of trouble. Can Kevin Randleman get out of this? Randleman holding on.
This is how Gracie finished Kondo in his last fight. Props to Randleman at 38, desperately trying to save his career.
Randleman is keeping that arm from being underneath his chin, but the moment it slides underneath his chin, Kevin Randleman's in a world of trouble here. The one thing he can do is he can wrestle to put his back on the mat. If he puts his back on the mat, Gracie cannot be on his back choking him.
And again, well, how much difficulty he's used to training with the gi. It looks like he is having. And again, Randleman, great job of defending, but Gracie with the gi, not with the gi in mixed martial arts.
Well, it's hard to do, and plus, look how long his arms are. That's a long arm to get underneath that chin. Randleman's just swimming the chin around and keeping it from getting underneath.
Very impressed with Randleman's submission defense.
Under now.
He got it.
Under now.
He got it. Kevin Randleman taps. He taps. Roger Gracie. A rear naked choke, one of the classic moves in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he scores his 3rd win.
And Randleman is forced to say good night, Gracie.
And his coach, Renzo Gracie, lifts him up. The Gracie name restored on this night.
What a lot of pressure. That's all I can say. What a lot of pressure to be the last Gracie out there swinging.
I got to give respect to Kevin Randleman. Tremendous effort. Having had a recent bout of staph infection, gave it all he got and really made Roger Gracie work for that submission hold.
He made him work. He made him show his stuff. He made him stand up, move around. This is where I thought Randleman got himself in a bad position. He started grappling with the grappler, and it exposed him to knees. It exposed him to getting tired. These body shots and these knees to the body and this big knee to the head, boom! You just can't take that stuff when you're wrestling that hard and when you're fighting for position. Randleman never saw that knee.
One of the 7 knees that Gracie landed.
Here's how the ref saw it, and it's a bit of a head tie here that Gracie was just kind of grappling into, and then pop right there on the knee. Good strike, stoned Randleman. Good on you, Gracie. Jump right into position, and that position led to a good figure 4 body lock, and he wrestled for that neck. But like we were talking, once he got underneath that chin, once Randleman let the arm underneath and expose him, it's right here. Then Gracie locked up that figure 4, squeezed it nice and tight. Randleman going to sleep. Here's what it looks like right before you go to sleep. Randleman, I know what that feels like.
I also know what that feels like.
The music gets awful dim right about then.
All right, let's make it official with the one and only Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 4 minutes, 10 seconds in round number 2. A rear naked choke ends this contest as the fighter taps out. He is the winner by way of submission. He is still undefeated, Roger Gracie.
Well, in the end, Frank, the one submission attempt was all Roger Gracie needed to reap dividends in his Strikeforce debut.
Yeah, he just needed really one takedown and one submission attempt and one rear naked choke, and bam, we got a winning Gracie.
All aboard the Gracie train as Roger puts them back on track. Here's Gus with the winner.
All right, thank you very much, Mauro, with Roger Gracie. And Roger, what a step up in competition. You were fighting a former world champion who had close to 40 fights. This was only your third fight. And what I thought was very interesting, you were very patient. You set up your takedowns and you didn't rush it.
I think that's the secret for every fight, you know. A fighter, he got to fight with his mind, not with his body or physique. And I'm a very patient person, so I always wait for the right moment. Then I get it.
I thought your striking is what really allowed you to set up your rear naked choke, especially when you hit him with the knee.
Yeah, I got him with the knee, then he fell. Because I know I had the reach advantage, you know, I'm much taller than him. And I know it'll be much harder for him to get to me, so I work in that jab a lot. I'm probably jab, you know, 3 hours every day just to keep him away from me. So,
what does this mean for the Gracies?
Every Gracie that step in the ring, it means a lot for the family. You know, we're here to represent them. That's what we're here for.
Well, congratulations. We look forward to seeing you again. Roger Gracie, folks.